Today we're going to talk about direct and inverse variation. So first we need to define what a direct variation is. A direct variation function is a function that crosses through the origin (0, 0), and it's a line. So it has to go through this point right here to be a direct variation. And then it can be any straight line. So that's one example. The constant in direct variation is represented by the k, which is just like our rise over run. So in an equation, it looks like this: y equals kx. And to find the constant, it's k equals y divided by x. So we're going to decide whether the following is a direct variation, and then if so, write the equation and state what the constant is. So we need to do y divided by x. So my y here is $3 divided by 1 people, which is equal to 3. So in my second pair, I have $6 divided by 2 people, which is equal to 3. In my third pair, I have $9 divided by 3 people, which is equal to 3. And then my fourth pair, I have $12 divided by 4 people, which is equal to 3. So then it asks, are all the ratios the same? 3, 3, 3, 3. Yes. So then we need to write my equation. So remember, my equation looks like this. Y equals some number x. K represents my constant. And we found out that our constant was 3. So y equals 3x is my equation. So it says each point on the graphs below lie on a line from an equation of a direct variation. And this is plot 3 other points. So we know that direct variation has to go through 0, 0. So we know it has to go through this point. Now we need to figure out, how do I get from here to here? So it looks like I go down about 2.5 spaces and then over 3 spaces. So I'm going to do that again. Down 2.5 spaces and over 3. So there's one of my other points. And then again, I'm going to go down 2.5 spaces and over 3. So there's my 3 other points. So now we're going to do the same thing over here. So it has to go through 0, 0. To get from here to here, it looks like I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1 space. So now I'm going to do the same thing, up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1 space. Now I don't really want to keep going up because I'm not really sure where I'm going. So actually I can do the opposite. So instead of going up 4, I can go down 4. And then instead of going right 1, I can go left 1. So there's my other point. All right, so now we move on to inverse variations. Inverse variations do not cross the origin. And it's a curve instead of a line. So the following is an example of an inverse variation because it's a curve. So the graphs of inverse variation curve. And the constant in inverse variation is also represented by the k, just like in direct variation. So our equations and constants just look a little bit different. So my equation looks like the number on top of x as a fraction, and to find the constant, we multiply our x and y together. So now we're going to decide, is this an inverse? And then if so, we're going to write the equation. So we need to multiply, so we're going to do 8 times 3, which is 24, 4 times 6, which is 24, 2 times 12, which is 24, and 1 times 24, which is 24. So it asks, are all the products the same? 24, 24, 24, 24. Yes. So then my inverse variation, go back to my equation, y equals the number over x, and our number was 24. So now we're going to determine if the following are direct or inverse, then write the equation. So for direct, that means to divide. Inverse, we're going to multiply, and these are to find our constants. So let's see. So 0, 0, well, we already know that that's direct. So now let's see. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. 4 divided by 2, 2. 6 divided by 3, 2. 10 divided by 5, 2. 20 divided by 10, 2. So when we divided, we got 2 all the way across. So we know it's direct. Our constant was 2. So then my equation is y equals the number x. So now let's go to our second example. So let's decide if it's direct. So we're going to try to divide first. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. 3 divided by 8 is 3 over 8. Already we can tell that these are not the same number, so it's not going to be direct. Now we need to check if it's inverse. 12 times 2 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24. 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, so we got the same number all the way down. So we know, and we multiplied to get it, so it's inverse. My constant was 24. And my equation, so inverse looks like this for my equation. So y equals the number over x. Our number was 24.